it's me, it's Kyle. That's Amanda over there. Well, technically she's over there. She's in the corner, but she's literally to that side of me. What's up, Melzak? This is why we can't have nice podcasts. We're coming to you live from the Bat Cave, where a lot of our shows will come to you live from.
For a little while.
Going forward. Yeah. For a while.
Got the vids, Kyle.
Anyhow.
What?
This is news from the Nexus 419 podcast. The normal shenanigans are happening. What's new with you guys? Just tell us in the comments. Wherever the comments are on your individual device. Tell us in the comments what's new with you.
Yeah. I want to know.
Mm-hmm. Amanda's nosy like that.
I am. Well, because you don't want to hear me talking about what's going on with me. It's boring.
Right. She is dealing with the coronavirus.
Apparently.
In a way that none of the rest of us are.
Yeah.
But.
I also am trying to rescue animals.
No, guys. She's trying to pick up cats from the side of the road on the east side. There are some of you here who can tell her what a bad idea that is. Like, it's just
probably a good
thing.
idea, Melzak, because cruise ships are like just walking cesspools.
Yeah. My buddy JD is on a cruise right now, and while not on the ship, but boarding the ship, was exposed to people who have the COVID-19.
Yeah, so Melzak, it's not going to happen.
Right, you're going to get your money back.
Or at credit toward a future cruise.
I, for one, hope he gets his money back.
Why?
Because then he can buy things.
Oh, okay.
Memories are great. Memories are great, but things are forever.
All right, Tom.
Tom Haverford. So what's new with you guys? I got a thing.
Wow, Susie, Dave, Mama, Pat, Dirk. Wow, whole slew. Kent. I'd rather have my money back.
See, Melzak's right. He would rather have his money back. I was right. I understand Melzak. So, if Melzak goes out to sea, can we just make sure he never comes back? No, Dave. That's what happens if you go out to sea.
Well, if he gets the COVID, the vid of the coves of the 19, he won't come back because they'll quarantine him. What?
You were doing it again.
It's a compulsion. I can't help it.
I'm just going to throw a marker at your face every time. Joel's here.
I say that.
All right, so tell us what's new with you. Melzak says that his cruise is canceled. Dave's going to be at Fantasicon this weekend. I know that's what's happening with him. Mm-hmm. What else is going on with you guys? Share with us the news.
Dave says that's why he doesn't go out to sea.
That's fair, Dave. Have you ever heard the story of the two brothers? One went out to sea, the other became vice president. Neither was ever heard from again. Yeah, that's an Aaron Sorkin joke.
There you go. There it is.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I had a thing happen. But
he did. He broke his pinky.
I did.
He broke it up. Pat's
going to SmackDown in Detroit on Friday. Melzak is also going to be at Fantasticon.
Nobody cares, Melzak.
Yeah, Melzak, you don't have a booth for people to buy things from. Jeff Connolly is here. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. We stole your gimmick.
It was Bingo Bob Russell.
Thor. Thor
yes.
says hi.
Papa Moose is here. Hi, Papa Moose. Deb's here. There's a bunch of people here on our live stream tonight.
This is a lot.
And this is the week we haven't done any prep.
I know.
So we don't have anything specific to talk.
Good job, Pat. Correct him.
I don't believe that's true, Pat. I need to look at that one.
Why would you do that, Dave?
Because it's SmackDown and nobody needs to see that.
Well, but free things are always better. I
No.
don't have to shell out any money to do something. Oh, come on now. It's like free food tastes better. And that backfired on your...
Stop moving!
You know.
We should have switched chairs.
This you done.
You're gonna give people the seasickness.
How'd he break the pinky? Because he's Kyle. That's how he broke the pinky.
Yes.
You don't need any other explanation.
I Kyled it up, yes.
He Kyled it up and he broke the tip of his pinky. But just the tip. For those wondering.
So...
Oh, I want the licks. Thor's giving invisible licks. Well, he's not here, so there.
I want you to rethink about your phraseology on that one, Amanda.
I was just responding directly to the comment laid out that the dog is kissing us, and so.
But I want you to think about your phrasing. All right. So, this is the point of every episode where we talk about the things we've been watching.
Yeah.
So, we still haven't come back to
Lock and Key.
Lock and Key.
We haven't. I think maybe next week, though.
Maybe.
Or maybe late, or later this week, maybe.
Yes.
I feel like I've had enough of a break.
Yeah, I can get behind that, yeah.
So, like, let's go back to it. We didn't watch The West Wing at all this week.
No, we haven't. Maybe I'll make her watch one tonight.
No.
Maybe. But there's a new thing we're doing.
There is a new thing we're doing.
Which is, so Angela Kinsey, who played Angela...
Martin.
No. No, I did not yet, Jamie.
That's funny.
So Angela Kinsey played Angela Martin on The Office, and Jenna Fisher, who played Pam, are BFFs.
Pam Beasley.
Mm-hmm. Pam Beasley Halpert.
That's right. She is a hyphenated woman.
Yeah, they're best friends in real life, and they do the single greatest rewatch podcast on the world. In the world.
I think that's probably a fair statement.
It's called The Office Ladies.
Yep.
And what it is they rewatch an episode of The Office every week, and then they talk about it, and they tell behind-the-scenes stories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In the last, how many days? Like, 5 days.
The past week, I feel like, yeah.
It's been great.
We've watched, well, you started it, I want to say last Monday, and so, yeah, it's been officially a week, and we are solidly into episode 8. We're about to watch, because we watch the episode, and then we listen to the podcast.
Hi, Drina.
And then me, because I'm that psycho person, when we choose to do an episode not together, I watch the episode, I listen to the hour-long podcast, and then I watch the episode again, so I can see all of the things that they point out.
I don't have time for that nonsense.
So it turns into a 2-hour activity when I do it, but you know.
Right, it's
What
true.
else can I be doing with 2 hours at 8 o'clock at night?
So many things.
Sleeping, I guess. Karina. I know he's coming up on an episode, I think, this season, so.
Oh, that's funny, Jeff. I don't know that part. I just know Creed was in the band, The Grassroots, when they had their single biggest hit.
Which was?
Live for Today.
Okay.
Na 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 na, live for today. You know, it was very 60s.
Jody is here. Hello, Jody.
Hi, Jody. Jody is... I'm waiting for Jody to get back to me. We're having lunch this week, but neither of us can decide where. And the wheel of lunch is no help.
I want to go, and I'll pick the lunch spot.
All right. So, also this week, and Amanda, did you ever get around to watching it? The third trailer for
I have not watched
Black Widow is out.
I have not watched it.
It's a little more story-driven. Gives you a little more insight into what the story might be. which is a welcome addition to the information that we have so far about the Black Widow film.
Jody says I can come. Yes. And which Tangled series? Is that like the one on, is that like Disney Plus? Like Disney's Tangled? I'm curious.
I don't know what you're talking about. But the problem is this with Black Widow. I'm going to go see this movie.
Yeah.
And for the next month, it's going to be, why you do this? Why you think this is a good idea? Everything is going to be Russian for me. And it's going to be super racist, Yakov Smirnoff Russian.
And I'm going to kill him.
Right. It's going to be bad.
Like, this will be the month he dies.
Yeah. But the storyline is nice.
It's nice.
It's a nice addition to give us some story background.
So, based off of the story background that you have, what do we know? Do we have a time frame in which this is occurring?
No, it doesn't give you that.
Okay. So there aren't any other further clues on where this falls in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Podcast does speak you.
Yes, Black Widow, and yes, on Disney Plus.
Cool. Thank you.
So, but what it does talk about is it talks about the role of Taskmaster in the film.
Okay.
And why it's relevant.
Interesting.
So I think that's a big bonus to kind of understand at least why they're going the direction they're going, as it were. I don't know, for instance, which particular story they're going to tell. But I like the idea that at least now they're giving us a
little hint,
sort of a jumping on point.
Okay.
So.
And what is that jumping on point?
Why don't you watch the trailer?
Well, I'm not gonna watch it. You want me to watch it right now? I'll watch it right now. We'll live react.
No, but I don't want. I want everyone to go watch the trailer. I don't want to tell them what happens in the trailer.
Okay. I didn't know that there was. I don't know. Is
gonna be in it? There was none of that was seen in the trailer I watched.
Okay. I don't know that any of that has been confirmed or denied.
Right. I've not actually looked at the IMDb for this film. So there's that. What else are we watching? What else have you watched? Anything in particular, Amanda?
Oh, sad stuff.
Oh, that's right. Amanda watched another serial killer documentary.
It's not a serial killer. It's a child abuse documentary, and that I watched 2 episodes of it, and I had to take a break.
So Amanda, tell us why you watch sad things.
I hate myself, apparently. No, honestly, I think it just goes back to when I was in college, my first years of college.
I don't think that's true, Pat. Based on what I've seen, I don't think that that's entirely true.
Pat, stop coming in here like you know everything and like you've signed, NDAs with Disney. You haven't. So shush.
Like you know things?
Right.
I've met you. You don't know things.
I know. He's acting like he knows things and he doesn't. He's guessing like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, why do I like sad things? So that was the question of the moment. Honestly, I think it just goes back to my first year of college. I took a psychology class. And I find psychology to be absolutely fascinating. So for me, why do I like learning about serial killers? Or watching this documentary, because it's the Gabriel Fernandez documentary that Netflix released a couple weeks ago. I want to know why people do what they do. So it's interesting to me.
Amanda's a big fan of the shows that make you cry.
Well, I haven't cried yet. But it's just interesting to me because, like, in some way in this person's brain, they felt this was a reasonable way to behave. And it's not based off of what we as a society have accepted as reasonable behavior. And so I think that's interesting because, and the same thing like with serial killers. I'm not lonely and therefore, or I've been lonely, but me being lonely doesn't translate into me kidnapping, killing, and eating people like Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, like why was
Yet.
that his train of thought, and why was that like this is a perfectly logical step? Because it's not. So that's interesting to me. That's why I like it. I like to learn. It does also make my life not seem as bad. That's very true. That's
Pat, why are you watching Grey's Anatomy? Didn't that show get canceled like 2 years ago? Just saying. Probably should have.
Yeah, exactly. It is to kind of be in their head for a minute as I'm trying to understand something else that I don't understand because it's not reasonable to me.
I watched something that doesn't make people sad.
What did you watch?
I watched Taylor Tomlinson's Quarter Life Crisis stand-up special on Netflix, which is very funny. Also, not for children, but very funny. So, that's what we watched. What have you watched, the internet? Tell us in the comments. We'll come back to that.
I do like that, no one seems to be judging my choice in entertainment, except for you. Because it's true. Like, all of the things that are being shared in the comments are very true. It's like you get to be in their head for a minute and see things kind of from a different perspective that I would never see because that's not who I am.
Yet.
Ever.
Yet.
I've watched enough. I won't get caught. Come on now.
That doesn't mean you're not going to become a serial killer.
That's fair. You just won't know that I'm a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Pat, I'm judging just silently. Pat, that's what the rest of us have done to you for most of your life.
That's true. We've judged your entire existence.
That's the other thing I need to watch. I'm going to watch.
Shadowhunters. Okay.
Not Shadowhunters. There's this movie called Iron Sky.
The Nazis on the moon, right?
Yes. That I did not know was based on a graphic novel.
We have the graphic novel.
I know.
How did you not know put two and two together?
I just didn't.
Okay. And you call yourself a comic book retailer.
This is a little out there for my normal taste.
Pat said we're too mean. I'm sorry, Pat.
That's fair, Pat.
I love you.
We're bullying Pat.
We are.
Everybody, bullying Pat on the internet. We're gonna change the name of the Tuesday show to Bullying Pat on the Internet. So I watched that stand-up special. I watched Parks and Rec.
I think we both finished Parks and Rec. We're watching The Office now. We watched through season 2, episode 1, The Dundies.
Hey, Nick.
We paused West Wing. We watched...
Well, what else? I watched something else. I
don't know. We talked about my sad stuff that I watched.
We'll come back to it. So this weekend, y'all.
Yeah?
This weekend here in Toledo, you can go and roll the dice with the COVID-19 and go to Fantasicon.
I don't know that there's anybody who...
There isn't anybody, but
diagnosed that's going to be there, so...
No, it's one of those things is that this weekend's Fantasticon here in Toledo, COVID-19 free.
Free with purchase?
Yes. COVID-19 free. But it's happening at the Seagate Center Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
Jim Shooter, legendary editor from The Marvel, will be there.
Yes, he will. Will Pat be there?
Pat will not be there.
Oh, man. Pat's not invited to the fun stuff then.
Well, I'm uninviting him if he was planning to. No, but many of our friends, like Seth the Moose, will be there. Eric Gutierrez, who will be in the store at the end of the month.
Yup.
Dirk is now there.
Dirk is now there.
I don't know
Leah
who else.
Letterman is going to be
Leah
there.
Letterman will be there.
The editor, the brain behind Cafe Macabre.
Yes.
She also has another new book. So if you already got Cafe Macabre, she's got a new one that you can pick up from her table.
No, it's not been canceled. We don't have that here, Jamie. We don't have the COVID here.
We live in Toledo.
Right.
Because we are the Black Swamp, we are immune.
Seth is there, Pat.
Yep.
Actually, the reason we don't have it here is because too many of us have gone to the bathroom at Frankie's or Headliners.
I've never done either one of those things.
Well, then you're gonna die.
Well.
The rest of us are immune to it because we've had far worse. For you, it probably was Chasers.
Yeah. Done that. Also,
Or use the porta potty at the German American Festival.
Oh, definitely done that. A couple of times.
Yeah. So we're immune to everything because we've had far worse.
Yes, we have.
But Jim Shooter is there. There will be a lot of great vendors, a lot of great artists. I don't even know all the artists who are going to be there.
Whole bunch.
Right. We will not be there.
We will be attending.
We will be attending, and the store will be open as normal, but we do not have a booth this year.
No, so we are not vending, we are attending. We get to go be fans for the weekend.
Right. We get to have a fun weekend hanging out with our pals instead of a fun weekend hanging out with our pals. That's also just a guise for me freaking out for 4 days.
Yep. No mental breakdown this year.
I had how many last year?
I don't know. I can't count that high.
Anyhow, so we will be at the store
Yep.
and at the convention.
Mm-hmm.
So watch for live videos from there with our pals and doing things.
Yep. I mean, I know I'm only going to be there a couple hours on Saturday, but probably a few more on Sunday.
Yeah. I will be there several hours both days.
I need to go do something about this thing on my top of my head. Woohoo day off. That's exactly it. Woohoo day off. You're not going to shave your head for the occasion?
I'll just get a new hat. Anyhow, so that's this weekend.
Yes, it is.
Also coming
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday at the Seagates Convention Center in beautiful downtown Toledo.
That's 14th and 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Mario's here. Hello, Mario. You're late.
And if you haven't been to Fantasicon or been downtown in a while, there's a lot of new stuff down there because ProMedica bought everything and fixed it.
It's true. ProMedica fixed a lot.
There's like new restaurant. There's a okay.
Oh my. What is happening? He's been triggered, fellas.
I worked in downtown Toledo.
Yes, beautiful. Pat, have you looked at the mommy? It's a very interesting shade of green.
Pat, they've put things up in front of the ugly parts to make them look nice. Also, like $6 billion worth of investment downtown in the last 4 years.
Yes. Well, and then there's all that fun, like on from Adam Street, all that runoff from Adam Street,
right.
All the random art and the knitting on the stuff.
2 places where you just walk down the street with an open beer.
Then there's that.
Like, there's stuff, Pat.
And
trust
the
me.
2 places where you can walk down the street with an open beer are separated by about a block and a half. So
4 blocks.
no, because it ends at the lower corner of the. If you're looking at the courthouse off Adam Street,
Right.
it ends at that lower corner.
Yeah.
There, and then it doesn't pick up for another block, but yeah, it's like 2 blocks.
But no, it ends at 5th 3rd.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later. Look.
I was just looking at a map.
No, that's a proposed new one.
I know.
It hasn't been voted on. It might be by Saturday. It might be legal, but as of this moment, it's not legal. City Council could enact that tomorrow.
No, but I've looked at the map.
I'm telling you. I can guarantee it. Anyhow, but I worked downtown for 10 years.
Yes, you did.
All we had downtown for 10 years was artisan coffee that was rather expensive.
Maddie and Bella, shout out.
Maddie and Bella wasn't there. Well, they were barely there when I left.
Yeah.
But downtown Latte, Black Kite Coffee, places like that.
Black Kite was barely there.
Black Kite had been around for a long time. It was in its first location.
Oh, okay.
Then it closed and then it reopened.
There.
Yeah, no. But there's a Starbucks down there now.
What? Where?
For 10 years, I would have murdered someone for a Starbucks so I could get a cheap cup of crappy coffee that wasn't so bad like the coffee they had at my work.
Where?
Fiberglass Tower.
Where's Fiberglass? Which one's that?
Where? Jefferson and Summit.
Oh.
Yeah. And the bagel place. There's a Berry Bagels downtown again. There hasn't been a Berry Bagels downtown for years. There was PJ's Deli, which was Berry Bagels. Then it was PJ Deli. PJ's Deli closed. Now there's Berry's Bagels. City Egg.
That was pretty good.
A
alright.
lot of good places downtown now. So if you're coming to Fantasticon, check out some of the new places. Don't just go to Tony Pacco's and Frickers.
I mean, Frickers is solid chicken.
Frickers is good, but don't just go to those 2 places.
I mean,
no matter what Dirk Manning tells you, do not just go to those 2 places.
Well, why would you go to for Kurz when you can just walk a little bit further. You can go to Home Slice
or the Dirty Bird.
Or the Dirty Bird for better chicken wings.
Yeah. So, this weekend is Toledo Fantasticon. You should come and go. Also happening this month, the 28th, at the store, we have Max and Gappo present Amanda's Dirty 30 and the Party for the End of the World.
Yup.
Which is that's our last big hurrah at the store before we close it.
Yep.
So that's our last
Stop
weekend
playing
in our
with that.
traditional, in our brick and mortar. I'm trying to get it tight enough.
That's what she said.
Anyhow, in our traditional brick and mortar store. So.
Thank you for glazing over that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna acknowledge it.
I'm gonna acknowledge it for you.
So that is the 28th with Eric Gutierrez and Tony Maiello.
Who's already at 4 Bananas.
From Rocketing Studios. We are going to get to 6.5 bananas that day. Scale goes to 5. Just throwing that out there. But it's going to be a good time. That is the 28th. Information on that event is to be announced.
They should be an event at some point soon.
Yeah, I just got to nail it down with those guys. I was hoping to do that this weekend. So, that's coming up at the end of the month.
Yeah.
What else do we want to talk about, Amanda? What else is there to talk about?
Nothing. We talked about Fantasicon, which is happening this weekend. Oh, Kyle is a prophet.
Oh, that's right. Guys, we need to talk about something.
He's all excited.
I'm a prophet.
You are.
I think. Well,
we have one documented instance of him predicting something.
In my life, there are several others. I'm just going to throw that out there, but there's one that I can prove to you all. Some of you who've been watching our Tuesday Night Live videos for a long time will remember when a book called Coyotes came out from Image Comics by Sean.
Shauna. No.
No, Sean. Hold on. Anyhow, when this book came out, I made a wild prediction that people criticized me for.
It's true. I just gave him side eye. I was like, seriously, stop.
I predicted that Coyotes would be Sean Lewis, who wrote The Saints and the Few, and Caitlin Yanarski, who was the artist on it. But I predicted
she killed it on the art.
She did.
Still killing. Isn't it still going?
No, it's done.
Is it done?
I predicted that Coyotes would be the new Walking Dead.
Yes. Now, for those who are late and maybe don't know much about Coyotes, what was Coyotes about? It was basically a werewolf apocalypse.
It was a political allegory.
Yes.
For what's happening at the U.S. border, but it had to do with werewolves or were-coyotes. These women became coyotes and would attack people doing bad things at the border, basically.
Yeah. Kind of fun.
Yeah.
The art was killer.
Mm-hmm.
It was a solid story. It was creepy. Had some ambiance to it. For being a comic book, to have be able to kind of put you in this mood was pretty. It was pretty remarkable, really. So.
Well, the news has come out that Coyotes has been optioned and is being developed for HBO.
Now, you're not quite there, but you're on your way.
I told you, this was something that was going to be something. I called it the next Walking Dead, and I still believe it could be. I mean, they would have had to let him make more, but, you know.
Right. You failed on the front that it did not go 145 issues.
Walking Dead went more than that. 193 issues.
193 issues, whatever. 100 and something. It wasn't quite 200, I knew that.
But, I'm a prophet.
You predicted that a solidly written comic book with a really unique concept was going to get optioned. How many comic books get optioned every year?
I don't know. I would point out that Dirk Manning got a book option, but that would be counter to my argument.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, comic books are ripe ground for optioning. We will see if it actually gets made, actually premieres, and then what people say about it. Because you are well on your way to being a prophet. Because this could due to the nature of the source material, people could latch onto it, and then it could get a revival in the comic book series.
I did it with my mind.
You are no Nostradamus yet, but you've got one.
No, but I might be Nostradamus. Okay.
Stop it!
We needed to talk about my propheticness.
Guys, was he a prophet? Does this count as being the next Walking Dead? Does this count? Tell me if I'm wrong, because I think he's not right yet. I think he's still to be tested, but he's on his way.
Well, in the meantime, this weekend will be weekend number 2 of Operation Liquidation. We are going to continue with all our back issues, so everything in our green and yellow boxes, everything under our tables, and everything in our red and blue boxes is $1. And we're going to make everything in the store 50% off.
When does that start?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow. For those paying attention.
Tomorrow. For those of you paying attention, that starts tomorrow, week 2 of Operation Liquidation.
Yup. So come buy some back issues. Come buy some half-off trades.
True.
Things.
Pops. Toys.
There are things that don't apply to that.
Manga.
Manga is half off. What isn't half off?
Creator-owned comics and case pops.
Is that it?
Yes. I get so excited I knock my glasses off my face.
My goodness.
I'm having a real Monday of a Tuesday, guys.
He is. He very much
It's a whole thing.
It is a thing. He's struggling over there. Struggle.
Long day. So, week 2 of Operation Liquidation is upon us. Our, like I said, Tony and Eric will be in the 28th.
Yes, they will. Times to be determined, but watch the socials. Yes. You'll find out soon.
Watch the socials. This is the part of the episode where we answer your questions.
It's a little shorter this week, but
Q's to your A's.
We've had longer ones, so it all evens out.
Or A's to your Q's. So, does anyone have a question they would like for us to tackle at the moment?
No one seems to think you're a prophet.
Right. No one has commented since Jamie brought up bagels, which leads me to believe that they all went for bagels.
Yeah. I think everyone is currently at Barry's Bagels getting berries.
It's possible.
And the 10 people that are still here just stuck their phone in their pocket.
It's possible.
While they order their BLT with their bacon extra crispy on an everything bagel.
How far from the convention is the store?
15 minutes.
If you drive like an old woman...
It's 20 if you drive like an old woman. It's 15 minutes in normal
20
safe
minutes.
traffic.
If you drive safely, 15 minutes. If you drive like me, 6 minutes. No, I'm kidding. It's 10 to 20 minutes, depending on which route you take.
In traffic at that
traffic,
time.
How many red lights you catch.
Is 75 open or closed?
If there are pedestrians walking down the middle of the road.
Because downtown that is
how many times you get pulled over.
If you get pulled over.
There are a lot of variables to that question, Pat.
But yeah, it's 10 to 20 minutes. It's not far.
Mileage, it's less than 5 miles.
Yes. But that's as the crow flies.
Mileage, you could walk it.
But
I don't know. I'll set the odometer in my car tomorrow and find out.
Let's use this amazing piece of technology that we have. It's called Waze. And it lets me plan routes and stuff. So let's just see. So I'm going to we're going to the Seagate.
She's going to take her time on this. I'm going to ask, does anybody else have any other questions? Seth, it's kind of true. Everything is 15 minutes away. Unless you know the shortcuts. It is 15 minutes away. Everything is 15 minutes away.
So it's saying it's 7 minutes.
7 minutes. There you go.
That's what Waze is saying.
Was it taking you down Broadway to South?
I don't know. I planned a route. So So my planned drive at 9 p.m. to the Seagate Center. So from the store to the Seagate Center is a 9-minute drive. At 9 p.m. tonight. So 10 minutes.
Okay. Sure. Not that far.
So that's like a door-to-door, not including when you have to like park and get out of the car and that kind of stuff. But that's
See, Seth knows. My ways are always quicker because I know like the weird side streets and I know which streets are one way.
No, you don't. You know like weird, out of the way sometimes ways.
Sure, they're out of the way, but they're faster.
No, I proved you wrong with this.
Oh, with coming from your work to the store, yes.
It was 3 minutes longer.
But downtown to anywhere, I know all the shortcuts. I know that it's faster to take Central Avenue from downtown out to Sylvania than just take Monroe Street from downtown out to Sylvania.
That's fair.
Things like that. Little things. It's the little things. So, does anybody else have any questions about Fantasticon?
Seth, I only think it's quicker because he drives like a maniac.
Wow.
And so, like, you have to drive quicker just to keep up or else you lose him. And therefore, it feels quicker, but it's really not.
I know what I'm about. About Fantasticon. James Bland, are you going to be at Fantasticon? So Fantasticon is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have questions about that? About eateries in downtown Toledo?
The store is open on Friday, Seth.
Oh yeah, store's open. We'll hang.
You say I get off at 6:30.
We'll talk. I already got schemes in my schemer.
Schemes in the schemer.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yup. But, yes, SmackDown is this weekend.
So what, Pat?
Yes. James Blanton, are you going to be at the Fantasticons? Does anybody have questions about things? Places, people, things. Any nouns, really.
Yeah. We'll answer questions about nouns.
Does anybody have questions about us closing the store? About the future?
About the Office ladies.
Would you like me to prophesy something for you?
What are your top 5 favorite Office episodes?
Ooh. You know what? New segment. New
Don't
segment.
make it weird. It's true. Don't make it weird, Pat.
5 favorite Office episodes. Can you name your 5 favorite Office episodes? I can't do them all by name.
I can't either. But the one with the episode with the bat.
Hold on.
The bat in the office.
So Amanda's number 1 is the one with
No,
the
it's
bat in
not
the
my
office.
number 1, but it is one of my
All right.
5. No, in no particular order.
Okay.
I will say the first Dundies episode is one of my favorite. Steve Carell leaving the office. That one always gets me every time. Jim and Pam's wedding. And I think it's when Dwight. Oh, 5. I don't know. Because there's so many that are like I'm thinking about, but none of them are like. I had those first 4 pretty quick.
Right. Do you want to think about it while I give you my 5?
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, season 1, episode 5, basketball. That was the episode I knew we had the show was genius.
Mm-hmm.
And then I skip a big chunk to Steve Carell leaving.
Mm-hmm.
There are some good episodes in there where Steve Carell is dating Pam's mom.
Well, they're all good episodes.
Right. I think Jim and Pam's wedding.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
Because that's just
Florida Stanley.
Florida. I know. I came up with Florida Stanley, and I thought about that.
The one where Pat, wrong show, bud.
Wrong show.
But the one where Jim fakes his kidnapping in the prank to Dwight.
Right.
When they're in Florida.
That one is.
That one.
But the thing is, that's just that. It's that cold open. Is so.
But no,
good.
that whole episode. All the episodes where they're in Florida with Todd Packer and Nellie and Robert California. Well, no, that's not Robert California yet. That's Joe.
It is Joe.
Yeah.
It is Joe.
But then fifth favorite.
Yeah.
The one where Andy auditions for American Idol.
If I had to pick,
Oh, I so can just sit here and cry.
If I had to pick a fifth one off the top of my head, and I haven't watched them all sequentially like I am right now in a while, but if I had to pick, honestly, I think I put the pilot up there.
Oh no!
Because the pilot is so good with like Dwight and Jim and Michael. Like you immediately know who Michael is and what he's about. The Dwight. Jim, the stapler and the Jello.
I'm going to redact.
What are you redacting?
Andy auditions for American Idol.
Yeah.
And replace it with the very first episode with D'Angelo Gary Vickers with Will Ferrell. Where Steve Carell and Will Ferrell are sitting in the bar and they're talking to each other and they don't realize they're talking to each other, and it's the only person more cringy and more insane than Steve Carell's character is Will Ferrell's character.
Yeah.
And then how he literally kills himself, basically.
Right.
Trying to dunk a basketball. Like, I think those 3 episodes, if we can count those as one, are my favorite.
Okay, actually.
Hey, Dave Phillips is here.
Because like I said, I was kind of just throwing the pilot in there as placeholder. When they have the carnival in the parking lot.
The Corn Festival or the Hay Festival?
Whatever it is.
When Dwight is the Hay King?
No, when Holly thinks Kevin is autistic and Jim is going to propose to Pam, but Andy proposes to Angela instead.
Yeah, that's a good episode. That's a top level episode.
I put that one instead of the pilot as one of my favorite episodes.
Comment on this video, guys, later or now or whenever with your 5 favorite Office episodes. And then check out the Office Ladies podcast from Earwolf. We are watching along.
We are. Join us.
You should as well.
Pat, I can't believe you hate The Office, so we can't be friends.
Right.
We just can't. You can't compare The West Wing and The Office. They're two completely separate things.
Yeah.
You just can't.
So, remember, this weekend is Fantasticon. Eric Gutierrez and Tony Maiello, the 28th at the store. Weekend 3 of Operation Liquidation, which is 50% off, and all comics maintain $1.
Yes.
And, yeah, we will see everybody this weekend, either at the store or Fantasticon.